Welcome back everyone. This is the second video for this weekend. It's Father's Day here in Australia. Thought I'd come down while the kids are having a rest inside the house after lunch and everything, and thought I'd come down and have a cold sandwich and maybe do a first start on this old girl here. The kids bought me some gum boots for Father's Day, which I wanted, but bloody, how about those? They're fantastic. So I'll go down and give them a go on that wet grass, and they're that comfortable. I don't want to take them off. I reckon after the shower I'll probably sneak them back on and slip into bed without anyone knowing with them still going. So that's the plan anyway. But I thought we'd give this one a go. I've had this one. I've only owned it for about 6 months, but it was bought from my family's property because it floods, and it was a 40-foot Pantech they used to put their furniture in, and in the emergency when it did flood, and we just used this to tow it up the road to higher ground. But this is the only truck that existed out of any of the ones between all of us many years ago. But when we started doing trucks up, it obviously wasn't needed because there was road registered ones and a lot more reliable ones to tow it up. So this just sat around, but I'll give him a few $100s for it because I like the fuel tanks. I like square step tanks, and for a future project I may use those. But plus I like having, I've got all this room still to fill up here, you fit plenty in there, but I like having trucks around for a few $100s. It's can't even go for tea for that. Might be overpriced, I'm not sure, but she hasn't ran in around, I'd reckon 15 years. Me and my mates used to drive it with that. I'll show you at the end of the video. We've got a G88 up in the shed there. It's a slim line, and there's a yellow one over behind those trails I'm going to show you in a minute. It's a G89. We used to tear about the paddock, and this is way before I started this program, this channel, way before I even had this place. I was down at the family's farm down there. We used to tear around and around the paddock in it, and a few cold sandwiches are involved. We'd have a hell of a time. Turn her off and go home, but she still existed. So it hasn't gone. I've had this place for 11 years, and it was at least 4 years before I got this place, at least, since it's ran. It used to run fine. It was a bit smoky. It was a yard truck at a chicken plant, chicken factory. I don't know what it did there. Just pulled the trailer around around the whatever they did there, but so it would have glazed up in the yard there just from doing that. But it hasn't, I said it hasn't ran for that long. That's why I thought I'd do a first start on it. And it looks the part. You can tell how long it sat around. I floated it here probably about 6 months ago. We towed it off with the old Clark loader there. We just lifted the back of her off and dragged it off, and that's where she stayed. So all the tyres are still up on it. We'll try and give her a go. But while I'm talking about Volvos, I just want to show you, like, the rust in this thing is just right out of control. It's shot. So I don't know when they come over on the ships whether it was where they were positioning, they got covered in salt spray, or it's where they spend all their time in the country, or how they were built, whether they were, some were undercoated better than others or treated better than others. I'm not sure, but not sure what year model this one is. But as you can see, it's just completely gone. It's not as bad as the next one, the yellow one I'm about to show you. But this one around here, that's just from damage. That's obviously not rust, that's fiberglass, that bonnet. This one over here, she's just had it. But this one here is a similar age truck. This is a G88. And this was out in sort of western New South Wales here in Australia, so it's spent its time in in the drier parts of the country. But it's, for an older, it's probably older, I'm not sure. It's exceptional. Like for a Volvo, it's got a little bit, which is expected for an old truck, but it's really, really good. It runs perfect, it's quiet. It's still got a Volvo gearbox in it. I think it's got 38 rockels under this one. It's got a broken axle. Can't breathe when you drive it, it's only driving off one wheel. One of these axles are broken. We haven't looked into it yet to find out what one. It's a mate of mine, Josh's. But she needs to be in a shed, this one. It's just too good to be true, to be honest. When you see the condition of that one and the next one I'm about to show you. Very, very nice old girl. All she's missing is the grill. They were using it out in for wheat, carting stuff to the silos and that around a big station out there somewhere. New South Wales. I think when she broke an axle, I don't know, they thought it wouldn't drive anymore, but I'd say it's just something as simple as that. You go to the truck wreckers, you probably get it for $100 and she'll be a good driving unit again. That is the plan with it, but hopefully he decides to do something with it. It's a bit of a waste, really. It's a better one out of all these trucks along here. A couple of future projects there, but not many. I'm going to show you this next one and just compare what really is like the condition this next one's in compared to this one is just unbelievable. I'll walk over there and show you. Just walking over to this one now. She's sitting there next to the old 1924 Benz here. She's seen better days too. It hasn't got a lot of rust, but she's got a lot of dings in her. She still runs. Have a look at this one. Like compared to, it's probably a newer truck than that one I just showed you. But it's completely just shot. It's beyond repair. The floor she's dropped and windscreen's all falling out of her. I bought this one here, apart from wanting more shit laying about. I've had this for 15 years. I bought it for, it had a 15-speed overdrive road ranger in it and it's got 38 Rockwells. I bought it when I first got the wide on the road, so I need the diff. One of the diffs has had it in it. So I bought this one that had the same diffs. You can see where I've swapped them over, that grey undercoat diff there and that rear one. Those are out of the white. They're not completely rooted, they've just got some hard facing off the gears and bearing material and whatever in there, but this had good diffs, so I got the diffs out of this and put the old ones back in so we could drive it around. And I pulled the overdrive road ranger out, put in the blue Kenworth and put the direct 15 speed back in this one. It's a good gearbox, that one, very good. That's really why I bought it, apart from wanting to crap around, laying around the place, but there certainly wasn't any intention of getting this one on the road. But the amount of rust, as I said before, how they come over on the ships, whether it copped all the sea spray, whether it's how they were treated here in Australia when they arrived, whether it's, I don't know, but that other one over there, that 88, even the one I'll show you later, they're in really good condition. They must have been in the centre of the ship or down in the hold or something where there was no spray, but I reckon this one was just tied to a bit of rope behind the rudder or something, just sort of floating along. Let the salt water really soak into her. But I don't think it's savable at all, which I don't want to anyway. I'm not interested in it. But if anyone wants to see a first start on, she hasn't gone for quite a while either, we can do that. Won't be today, but I will perform one on it. some more content one day. If anyone wants to see that, please let me know. But I'd say she'd start straight up. It always has. Been sitting here a long time now, but it was driven there. So the only thing that really stops this one, not the engine, but they've got a hydraulic master cylinder and slave cylinder just with brake fluid in them for the clutch. But as anyone knows, it's been in the mechanics for a while, that stuff absorbs moisture and stuff like that sticks. So chances of being able to drive it, I can't get it out with these trailers here anyway, but chances of being able to get it into gears fairly slim, but it may still work. It's always had clean brake fluid in it, so we can always see if it comes to a time where we're going to get it going, so time will tell. I think we might start by seeing if there's any diesel in the thing. Just find a fuel gauge here, so here's one, look. See if there's any in there, but even if there is, we're not going to know if it's diesel or water. Whatever it is, we'll see if she runs on it. Oh, now a stick in there too. Won't hurt her. There's none in that tank, which is a shame because that's where she picks up from. None in that one, it's not going to do anything. Oh, there's none in that one either. Things aren't looking good for us here. Oh, it's full of mud. It went real soft when I stuck it in, which isn't a... Oh, it's a good feeling. Depends on what's going on, I suppose. Hopefully sure what we'll do about it is extend those lines is a bit of a job. It's fairly late in the afternoon. Over a little bit closer here, see what I'm doing here. Trying to find a way of getting some diesel in it without filling that tank. One, it's a big tank. I've only got 20 litres on me, it's not going to go far at all. If I tip it into it, it won't even hit the pickup tube. And secondly, it'll be a waste of fuel because the tank's that dirty. It'll just stir all that stuff up on the bottom and not go anywhere, so just wreck that fuel. It's too expensive to do that with. See what we can do here. If we can't do it, we'll do it another time. But I'd like to do a willet start or a first start on something just to break up the work on the semi-trailers and stuff I've been posting lately. Daylight here. It's Sunday afternoon, quite cool. I couldn't sit around the house, I'm not into that. So. Kids are all watching telly, so I thought I'd come down and give her a go. tight right to the end, like everything you undo. It's hard to get at. Hope it's a bit longer, that'd be good. I'm starting to enjoy this. Oh no, that's a shame. And they're not even long enough to hang out the side or anything to put into that drum. Get this spear out, put the hoses back onto it and just drop her into a drum. It might work. We'll see what happens here. Just got to take the hoses off it, then the fittings out to get to the Phillips head screws that are under them. Good thing those copper washers, you drop them in the grass, they're real hard to find. That's bloody good when that happens. Sort of just guessing where this one is. I'm sort of. Well, I'm not going to speak too soon, but. I can speak now. I was fairly concerned about these screws into this steel fuel tank not coming out, but they're either brass, which they could be. They didn't corrode in there, or they just had the diesel splashing around them all that time and kept them lubricated. Take that off, try not to damage the gasket, because I'd like to put it back in there. Keep the water out. So there you go, we got this out. Well, half out. It's all bloody gone. A little bit hardy. Oh dear. That'd be a good thing anyway. She wouldn't have liked that even if she did go. Deary me. That's just shot. Look at that. Deary me. Oh, it's a blessing she didn't bloody have any in her. Alright, we'll clean that up and try and see if it'll reach a drum hanging off the side here somewhere. Took the door lock off her. I'm going to hang the drum of diesel. Put that in first. Good doing things twice. Some in her. Now I'm telling you how expensive this stuff is, I've tipped it all out. Lay her over like that. Now she's got a hole in her ear, look. It's not long enough. Still being the fuel here is just not ideal. The worst thing here is I've got to take it back off or I go up the house. Anyway, half inch around her here, she should be in her enough there to get her to go. Then we go and do a victory lap with her, she'll probably spill everywhere. But I can't remember, it's a fucking long time ago, I'd say it's only 12 volt. So these leads are set up in parallel for two 12 volt batteries, so got a couple of big sort of 120 sizes there I'll whack into her. And they should have the desired effect if it's 12 volt. If not, they'll definitely have it if it's 24. Just have to hook them up a different way, that's all. Wedge the other one in there somewhere. Sparks. The bloody red leads are negative on the thing. None of these sparks. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, she's right now. We're not going to hook her up yet. We're going to bleed it up. A couple of big Caterpillar batteries in there, as you can see. Good things around here. There's the primer pump there. I might just crack that fitting on the side of her there and see if any comes out. Get the air out of her, then we'll just give her a go. Not a lot more you can do here. The thing about these old things, when I have played with them in the past, they're always fairly reliable at starting. No matter how long they've sat round. We've got a non-fit out of the toolbox here. We'll just crack that one and let the air out of the injector pump. Hopefully the primer works on her. She's seized up. Put a bit of puff on her. Thought I had some spray press there, WD, but I don't. A pair of these bloody flimsy grips here, so she and lube would be good on her. She'll go. From memory, it was a long time ago, but it was turned off. It didn't stall, it didn't run out of diesel. I'll show It should still, lines and everything should be full still in her. Just the ones going to the tank won't be. Do something about those. It should be fairly right. What's going on here? She's not doing anything. I'm done, but now it's not. I shouldn't want to play. Oh dear. I don't know when the plunger clean off the end of it. I don't know. Tightens back up. Looks like she's overly interested in playing with us. Strange for something to seize up if it's got fuel in it like that. Yeah. She's seizing the piston, or she's this won't be good for us. Guess I can see if she'll undo off the pump there altogether. Yeah, she does, look at that. Yeah. Now, if you can see that she's coming away from the lock, but it's still doesn't want to play. Got a bit of movement out of her here. I'll try and splash some of that diesel onto it there. Spilled a bit of that on her, a bit of slippery on her. Getting better, but as most blokes know, it's full stroke would be better. I guess you only deal with what you got. I don't know why it'd be stuck, don't you? I'd imagine it'd be a plastic or a leather sort of plunger in there. I'd only use a starter to prime it. And I haven't got any ether with me. Generally we could run it on that just so it sucks up, but Just put her back on. She's creating a bit of vacuum when you pump her. You can get a bit up into it. She might bloody get lubricated. Got a bit of movement, which is always good. There's a bit of air coming out here, so it is working. I've got to pump it up through the filter then back to it, but as I said, it was turned off from memory. I could be wrong too, but well, I was hoping it would have been a proven theory. If you pump something long enough, it generally hardens up, but not really the case with this. It is passing air though, because there's a little bit of activity around that banjo bolt there. Got a suck from the other side, goes to the filter on the other side, then back to the diesel tank. So there is a fair way to pull it from. Let's have a quick sip of the brown sandwich here. Passing air, it's got to be getting it from somewhere, whether it's pulling diesel through or just getting air from somewhere else. But for it to do that, it's moving it. Duck red. Alright, after all this pumping, it did prove me right. Pump enough, you get a result, and it hardens up and you get a result. So there's diesel pouring out of there a minute ago, and look at that, she's starting to come through. It's definitely there now, I just got to get that air out of it. Looks like enough to me. Still got all that old fuel in the lines and the filters. Run out of daylight here, but we'll see if we'll still give her a go. Everything's ready. I'll just put some water in her. I lost it again. Shitload more air there. Even a bit cleaner. It may not seem it on the camera, but it is. So she's obviously getting it from that nice new drum. Well, she's definitely there now. Well, the injector lines, as I said, should be still primed. Next thing's going to be if the rack's sticking or something on it. But get up now. Remember, it did have a leak somewhere on the header tank, but it'll hold enough to get it going. Hello, she's full. Thought I'd use all that. Okay, I've got water in it. These things check the oil, I don't remember where that was. Comment down below if any of you can see it, because I can't. Oh, there she is in there. Gosh. Oh, whether to just assume she's got oil or try and get that out. That's stuck. I don't know what's going on here. Don't think that was in the sump at all. If it was, it's not looking good. Oh no. It's staying about 6 inches out for some reason. Whether the tube's broken off. She's hitting the bottom of the sump. I don't know why she's not going in, but that's just all gunk. Just put her down beside her until she does end up on there, on the sump itself. If anywhere. See if I can get this down in here with me. Very hard. It's not going to work. You can see where the tube goes into the oil pan, but don't even know they've got any to dip into it. If that is the case. It stops there, but I can't hear it. definitely none on that. What we doubt is it's getting there though. It's got to go all the way. It's not getting to the oil. Something's stopping it. Haven't got any engine oil either. Not on me. Up the shed. I'm not going up there now. I won't come back. Prick. Alright, I've worked out there's oil in it. The tube's rusted halfway down, not letting it stick through. It's collapsed, so cracked this plug in the side of the sump. There is oil in it. Whether it's full or not, I don't know, but we're not going to move it. So, well, at this stage we're not. So we'll see if she does go. This isn't ideal, is it? I do hope that stuff's not dangerous. Oh, see what she does. I saw a spark down under the floor, probably from the starter. getting close. Start her a quick rest. Needs to go to the scrapyard, to be honest. Another go here. Going to take the last bit off the phone. I'm not sure if the camera got that starting. I would have got it winding, but I'm not sure if it got about 5. Just climbed up as soon as it did to check the camera and put some battery exhausted. So hopefully this works when I take the last bit off the phone. But as you can see, she's flying off. Still fairly bad breath, but she's going. Until I learn that camera. Down here, but not up there. Please forgive me for the footage. It's taken off the phone so I can finish this video off, but hopefully it's clear enough you can see what's going on. But I'm going to go and try, give her a go, see what happens. do a quick video.
Shut her off, then we'll go up in the shed and I'll show you that G88
In comparison to these other two down here.
and that'll be the end of the video.
Good old motor in her.
You've got an air leak somewhere, but she's boiling.
Show him that clutch. That's, I think that's the little bottle just there. I think that's the
Reservoir, and it's dry, so it's probably the cause. Probably the rubbers let go and dropped it all. Or, I don't know. So there's a leak somewhere anyway.
Okay, so we've got another Volvo in here. This is an 88, G88. It's a day cab, slimline one. But see that we've had a little bit cut out of it. But it's in exceptional condition too compared to that yellow one, that 89 I was just showing you. So just must be how they're, I don't know how they're brought over on the ships, as I said before, or where they've spent their life here. But this one when we picked it up, it was down right next to the ocean. It was in a container yard out in near Port Botany in Sydney here. So I mean, the salt air and everything should have got to this one as bad as the other one, but it spent more time, we're not far from the ocean here, but it spent more time away from the ocean than this one, so you would think that this would be worse, but it's just not. It's got a little bit around the window there, you can see, but patch up in the top corner there we're doing, but she's very sturdy. So this one's got a 9-speed overdrive Road Ranger in it. And it's a single drive. It's got a lazy rear axle, but it's like a Volvo suspension. Similar to Page and Page was, but I think it's Volvo's own, so I don't know a lot about Volvos, but looks like a 30-70 sort of share. That's what's going on there. She's fairly unique. Apart from the Road Ranger, it's all Volvo. It did have I'd say it had a 16-speed in it, because it's still got the splitter on the side of the dash there, still got the Volvo gear knob on it, but we put the high and low range on it for the 9-speed, because they were just using low range down at the container yard with it. We put that on there so we could drive it properly, but then we pulled her apart, and it was a mate of mine, the bloke that owns the other one I was showing you down the back, Josh. He started doing her up, and then we bought a property and things changed, so I now own it, and we're going to hopefully one day, unless someone buys it, we will get it going. But there's a lot more in front of it, that's for sure. But it's all there. I think it needs a water pump. I think something happened to it. The bearings collapsed or something in it, but anything to do with these things is big money if you can get it at all. It needs windscreens. Apart from that, the rest of it's there, so hopefully one day we'll be able to do something with it. Well, thanks for watching today. Please subscribe, like the video, all that stuff that may help the channel get bigger and more successful, more viewers. That'll all be great. I enjoy doing it, but hopefully we can expand it and get it to go somewhere. So thanks again for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it.